This episode is brought to you by Indie Film Hustle TV, the world's first streaming service dedicated to filmmakers, screenwriters, and content creators. Learn more at indiefilmhustle.tv. Tell me about the Heretic Foundation.
It's a studio that I've built in Sydney, which is it's ostensibly a virtual production studio, but it's basically an umbrella for all aspects of the production. So we edit, we do all the VFX, we shoot it with using Unreal Engine, and it's basically a way to make an entire film. It also brings down the logistics and the budget exponentially. I can work with small crews, but I can put them into environments and situations that are I don't reduce the scope of. That the scope is bigger than ever before. So, for example, we've done this little short film, 20-minute film, which we're finishing up, which we're hoping will be released in January of next year, which is rapidly approaching. There's a trailer for it. It's called Mask of the Evil Apparition. There's a trailer on YouTube at the moment. And it's all been done virtually, and people are saying it looks like Dark City, and there's a reason for that, because it's kind of partly intentional. I think a lot of it is as the imagery is as intricate as Dark City, but Dark City we built real sets, and with this we're creating computer generated sets. But I think visually it looks, to my eye, looks very, very similar. So and it's a fraction of the budget that we spent on.
So this is the same. This is the same technology that Mandalorian's using.
It's the same technology. It's our Aussie stripped down indie version, because obviously Mandalorian has all the big pockets and the big bucks behind it. We have basically what's in my bank account behind it, which is not very much these days, I can tell you. So yeah, we've rebuilt that kind of concept, but in a indie style, and that was kind of the intention when we went into this. Is I went, this if you get this, this short film we shot. It's a 20-minute film. We shot it in a week, right? Now I couldn't shoot 20 minutes of film in less than a month on the big budgets, or probably about a month, just because there's, it's an exponential process. The more crew you have, the more support crew you need, the longer it takes to do everything, right? So in this one, I was shooting as quickly as I would have shot on a short film or in film school. We had great fun doing it. We worked reasonable hours, almost 9 to 5 hours. We weren't working a lot of overtime, and we got 20 minutes of footage done. I think very good footage. There's one sequence where we have cloned a guy, an actor, 100 times. He plays 100 versions of himself in the one scene, which we shot in. We shot this whole scene in 3 hours. We did a similar scene like that in Gods of Egypt with a character, and one of the scenes sadly didn't even make it into the finished film. We were shooting for 5 days just on that one scene.
Jesus.
So that shows you how much faster you can work with this technology. You could shoot one environment in the morning, have lunch, and go, okay, now we're going to the mountaintop, and press a button on the computer, and suddenly you're in another location. You don't have to drive the unit across town. So this is the way forward. This means that we can compete as indie filmmakers. We can make films of a very high visual standard, compete with the big boys, but do it, and do it at a budget, and this all works in with, streaming and everything else to sort of like reclaim our industry back, reclaim our craft, our art back, so that we can do it. I've always been jealous for all my career of writers and painters and composers who can wake up one morning, go down to the piano in their lounge room and knock out a song, or write the next chapter of their book or whatever. And I'm like, why can't we as artists be like those guys? Well, because other people have to anoint us and give us the money to do it. Well, I think Heretic Foundation, my studio, is a small cog in turning that around, as the technology has been, as what you're doing is. It's all part of the same puzzle, that, the technology, for example, is allowing us to shoot films. Again, if I want to make a film in the morning, I can make it. It's not going to be a Marvel superhero movie, but it's going to be a film. So that to me is the exciting world that we're in right now. And if we can break that one extra little piece of the puzzle of how to monetize the stuff effectively, the content effectively, get it out to the audience, then to me it's a brave world that I certainly want to be a part of. That's for sure.